happy pre-Mother's Day. I am, as always, Iyansaje Muse, the Black Madonna of the airwaves, bringing you the music, the mystics, and the mojo. But today's mojo is about the mothers. And we're having a Mother's Day roast for three of the baddest mothers that I know. But I couldn't do it alone. So we're going to have a Mother's Day roast because we know how our mothers like to complain about us sometimes. So we're going to talk about them in a beautiful way, celebrating them as women and as people. And this is episode part three, where the mother in question is none other than Tweed Smith, the blues woman, the music teacher, the community mother, and the only female member to sing in the group War. But we're not talking about that side of the fence today. We are talking about her as a mother, as told through her son, Kerry Smith. You want to stick around? This is a 222.9, the Mothership Internet Radio, breaking news special report. All right, Kerry Smith, how are you today?
I'm doing wonderful. Glad to be here with you.
Good, good, good. Welcome to the mothership. So let's take it from the top. What is it like being the son of Tweed Smith?
Well, it comes with a lot of privileges. Um, for one, uh, I don't have a name being a son of Tweed Smith. It's always, you're the son of Tweed Smith or Tweed Smith's son. Anyway, but that's it. It's Tweed Smith's son. That's it. But no, like I said, the journey that we were on, uh, with her, took me to a lot of different places. I got to travel a lot, so that was a wonderful thing. I got to see a lot of part of the U.S. Uh, when I was a young kid, so I got exposed to a lot of different things early in life.
And I noticed that you are a Leo, like me, but Mama Tweed is an Aquarius, and those are opposing signs. So how does that work out for you too?
Well, in the early years, it didn't work out, real good. Um, I used to go visit her for summer, and like I said, she entertainer, so she traveled a lot. She had a lot of clothes and things of that nature, and I used to go visit her, and I thought that I was uh, her
Uh oh. Uh oh, Carrie. Carrie. Uh oh. Where'd he go?
I'm
Ah,
sorry,
there we go. Welcome back.
yeah, my interrupted my phone rang. But as I was saying, I traveled to Denver every summer growing up. I was about 7 or 8, so. And every summer, one of the main things I did was clean her room because I had a lot of organization skills. So I organized a lot of shoes and clothing every summer when I went and visited her. It was okay for a while, and then eventually I had nightmares about it, and I always said I would never keep my place like that, and I would never ever you know have my kids clean my stuff up like that. But that was one of the things that kept me busy, because I was always energetic and I always wanted to do stuff. And she was like, here, clean my room.
What's
So
one of
being
your
the
most
opposite, that was it.
humorous
I
memories?
organize her stuff, get it together, and then she'll, every a year worth of, not being organized, I'll come and straighten it all up.
Oh, good, good, good. So, what are some of your most humorous memories of Tweed Smith?
Well,
Because we know she's a firecracker, and I love it. I'm here for every spark.
what you know, as far as the funny moments, um, it, it's kind of dealing with some things that I've done, that was real funny
That's what I'm getting to.
because
That's what I'm digging
it,
for.
we were, like I said, visiting her in Colorado and during the summer, in Denver. Going to the city park was a big thing. So um, we would go to the city park, and sometimes she'll let me drive her Javelin. It's an old Javelin. She had a Javelin. Drive it around the park, no problem. But that's usually when nobody's there. But this happened. Just so happened we went to a
Hmm.
concert that was in the park. Um, had family relatives with us, and we went to the park. She parked the car, and then I had the keys for some reason. I had something reason I had the keys, and I said, okay, I'm gonna decide to take my cousins. I'm like, hey, y'all, I can drive. Let's go. We drove around the park, and I came back and I parked the car. And I thought I parked the car exactly where and exactly how she parked it, but of course I didn't.
Oh, now somebody gonna have to stop calling him while we talking, cause that's why the screen keep blinking off. So we gonna wait for Mr. Kerry Smith to come back, and in the meantime, in between time, I'm gonna tell y'all my Mother's Day roast story on Tweed Smith. It was March of 2023. Okay. I was one of the Women's Month honorees for Uncle Nearest Liquor presented by Tweed Smith and Angela Morgan. And after the ceremony, I mean, she allowed my mother to come on stage with me and receive my awards. And then after everything, she just walks up to my mom and she's like, I don't have any daughters. Can we share her? And my mom said, sure. And I said, hey, do I get a say in this? Let me bring him back. And so that was how Tweet Smith became my spiritual mother. Welcome back, Kerry.
Yes, my
Somebody blowing you up, huh?
yes, that's happens, every once in a while. Unfortunately, it's happening right now. So yeah, being the opposite, I had to organize her stuff every summer, and like I said, that trip, like I said, parked the car back, and she came back, and said, "Hey, did I park my car like this?" To herself, and then then she's like, "Did y'all get in here and move this car?" And then my cousin, I didn't say anything, Then all of a sudden, my cousin's like, "Oh yeah, Kerry, move the car." So and then there's a big blow up, of course. And I'm like, well, you know, it was okay to me because I was driving. She was like, "Oh, you're gonna hit this car," and things of that nature. But the funny thing about it was, I got ratted out by my cousins, and I probably would have got away with that if they would not ratted me out because uh, she knew that the car was positioned right, but they said they were drinking some wine, and then she wasn't quite sure, and I probably could have got away with that, but
Mhm.
that was a very funny moment for me uh, early in life. And another one is in Denver when she used to get me to do Elvis impersonations at Red Rocks. I became part of the show.
El- Elvis impersonations.
Yeah, I could do my Elvis. Back in the day, I shake a leg. But yeah,
Oh,
that was
oh, okay.
yeah, yeah. I was a big Elvis Presley fan. So to speak. And she was, and I used to do a Elvis impersonation and shake my leg around. And so when she did like a Elvis song, uh, the group, I remember at Red Rocks, they called me up and said, yeah, everybody got a big kick out of it. Just one of those moments.
Oh,
That,
that is
uh,
beautiful.
yeah.
So, what traits did you pick up from Tweed Smith that you don't want to admit that you picked up that you got from her?
Well, I didn't nurture my vocals. I probably back in the day I used to be able to sing too, uh, but yeah, I didn't cultivate that part of me. But besides that, I
Oh,
say uh, being outgoing, you know, easy person to talk to, just a people person. You want to, do things for others more so than myself. So that's one of the things for sure that passed on to me. And everybody says my looks too. So I guess that got that from my mama.
yes, you do look exactly. You do look like her a lot. You do. So,
Thank
we know that Tweed Smith likes to collect people, right?
you. We don't
So,
throw
how do you
anybody
feel
away.
about all the other soul siblings? Yes, so how do you feel about the other soul siblings that she collected?
Hey, they're part of the family. You know, it sometimes it can put me in a situation where I gotta say, okay, that's gotta give up some of my mom, because you gotta spread her love around. And you know uh, I always try to keep everyone as a family. Sometimes I can say uh,
Hmm.
some of them became closer than family sometimes, but anyway. But they it's
Well,
always to
that
have
happens. I mean,
yeah.
the Bible says that's gonna happen.
Yes, but like I said, large family is great. I love sharing with my mom, but all the people we collect, like I said, I have the same thing. I don't throw anybody away. Everybody that we come involved with, I guess that's another thing that that she passed on with me to me is we treat people like people, and no matter the circumstances, we might split up or separate, but yet we're still welcoming to everyone. The doors is always open at the
Yes,
house, just like the church. We welcome everyone with all abilities and all the faults, what have you. We accept who you are.
I love it. So, what are some of your favorite songs by your mother? Like my favorite song by Tweed Smith is "Ball Till I Fall." That was it for me. What are your favorites?
Uh, Baltimore Fall is really good, but I really like why God gave us the blues. I uh, I really like that
Hmm.
song. Yeah, because it just kind of just puts everything in perspective. Um, takes me back to uh, how, like I said, we accept everyone, but yet it's the blues. It's just all encompass of a emotional journey in that song for me. I really like it.
Yes, yes. So, okay, so my next question, I'm gonna kind of change directions a little bit.
Okay.
How does it make you feel when you see your mother perform on stage? And you're like, wow, that's my mom.
Back in when she was with war and things of that nature, yeah, it's always been. I say every time, yeah, well, it's my mom. It's my mom. But I say, as being my mom, she's in that position. It's a wow, yeah, but yet at the end of the day, she's still just my mom to me. Everybody else is Tweed,
Yeah, I think
she's
I
just
think
my
it's
mom
like
to me,
that with family.
yeah, um, I'm, she still gets on me, just like a little kid every once in a while, so it's just mom, she doesn't put herself up on a pedestal either. Now, I can say, as being her sound man and stage hand, so to speak, she does go into star mode.
Uh-huh.
There is something about star mode. I call it star mode, where I have to ask myself, well, who is this lady? Because she's not mama no more. you know, she's like directing.
Oh yes.
I'm like,
Oh
oh my.
yes.
That's not mommy. That's she goes to star mode. So yeah, by me just out, standing out, looking, yeah, wow, that's my mom. That's great. But then when you're part of the show or part of the crew, then there's another side of her, and I call it star mode, and she turns into what people say Tweed Smith, but yet I say star mode because she gets real uh, demanding and wants things done the way she wants it, and she barking out orders all during a song. You don't even know it. People don't even know she bark out orders and tell people what to do during a song.
How? I mean, I've been. Did I miss it? Give me an
You'll miss it.
example.
You'll miss it. You don't know if you don't know what she's talking about. You just think it's a part of the song, or she might wave
Like,
her hand
how does
some
she do
way.
it?
Well,
Hmm.
let's say, um, usually like in between the, I need it to be louder. Bring it on up. She'll look and give you a signal like I'm talking to you. Bring this mic up. You know. and you and you think, hey, that's she just want to bring it up. Okay, yeah. And then the sound will go up, or the mic will go up, and yeah, people just get into it. Or like you said, she'll be singing and she'll be pointing and waving her hand around,
I
and
do see her doing that.
she's directing
Oh, that's what that is.
directing
She's singing
everything.
and directing. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
oh, that
You
is
got you
funny.
got to pay attention. You
That's
got to pay
funny.
attention. You got to pay attention. Just look at it. That's my
Yes,
job.
because I come from a theater background, so I know about cues and being a perfectionist. Because when you're doing live shows, you don't get a cut take two. You get one
No,
shot and one shot only to get it right. And
exactly.
she does not play about that. But I did not know
No.
that she directed and sang at the same time.
Hey, hey,
That
I'm
is
telling you,
hilarious.
star mode. I mean, shoots. When she got there, like, you know, she's talking to the audience, but she's also talking to people. When she said, "Hey, everybody get a drink. I'm thirsty." But she's thirsty. So
Wow.
somebody get her a drink,
It's
bring some
and
water.
it blends in with the performance. Now that I'm
Exactly.
thinking about, I'm like applying what you're saying and picturing the shows that I've seen, and I'm like, oh, she does do that. Oh, I love it. I love it. Well, my Tweed Smith is a very beautiful spirit, beautiful soul, and you are very, 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 very blessed and lucky and fortunate to have her as a mother. You
Yes,
really,
like
really
I said,
are.
that the experience of being Tweed Smith's son is, like I said, took me to so many different places. I got to see so many different people and things of that nature. You know, it rounded me, and so I'm not an entertainer, but yet I carried on showing my kids travel uh, different parts of the
Mm-hmm.
U.S. and going traveling. Like I guess it was the main thing. That way, you're exposed to different people, different regions, and different cultures, and that rounded me out to be a well-rounded person. So I'm very blessed for that.
Thank you. I'd like to thank you for joining me for this interview. And before we wrap, I want you to think, what are some of your favorite songs that Tweed Smith doesn't sing that makes you think of your mother? Like if you could put together a 3 or 4 soundtrack, what would those songs be?
Well, it's this song right here. Um, Kind of goes back to my grandmother and her. They both reference that,
Uh-huh.
especially now in this stage of our lives. And I had to say, it had to be the Spanish Sadie. Sadie's was, you can't. That was it. That's like.
Oh, the Spinners. That oh yeah. Oh. So how do you feel about R. Kelly's rendition?
uh, I like R. Kelly. I love it. Tell you the truth, R. Kelly's still one of my favorite artists. I mean, he's his voice, just like my mom's voice. That's the thing, and been brought up in a family where you can't kill the music. You know what I mean? So, and I like what I like, and that's it. So yeah,
Hmm.
Kelly's still one of my people, so to speak. I like.
Okay. Is there another one? That was
Uh,
just one.
Now,
We
yeah, it
need two
was
or
just
three.
okay. Now, that she doesn't sing. Mm, she. Yeah, it's war song. Mm, I would
It can
almost
be a war song.
well, yeah. Well, the war song, is "Why Can't We Be Friends?" That that song,
I love
the
that
different
one.
the different verses in there, is different. It takes me to or take us through different sections of our life. Yeah, we used to be in the welfare line. People,
Yes.
you drink wine or wine. We did all that stuff. And you come across people like that. So why can't we be friends? Definitely is a journey song, for the life of her, um, and also, like I said, collecting the people. We want to be friends with everyone.
You took that thought right out of my head because I'm like, Mama Tweed does collect people. You know,
Yeah.
I thought she was a bit superhuman, to tell you the truth, and that was what made me love her. Because when I first met her, she was wearing that platinum blonde wig, and it was just her aura was so next level, like human but not human. And then it's like when people can do a whole bunch of different things simultaneously, that's like it reminded me a lot of my mother because when I was a little girl, I used to think my mom was an alien. But her roasted, you'll get the video about her roast. Don't worry about it. And those two clicked instantly. And there was one night at the Green Oaks Tavern, she was singing why can't we be friends? And for a split second, she handed the microphone to my mother
Hmm.
and let my mother hit a note. And it just makes me, it's like, wow, like, why can't we be friends? Is definitely one of Tweet Smith's soundtrack songs because, as y'all all said, she doesn't throw anyone away.
Exactly.
So we're definitely going to put that one on this set, for those that are listening over the Mothership airwaves. Because this video is going out over YouTube, my Facebook channels, but it's also on the actual radio station. But on the radio station, we're going to play these songs in her honor. Because,
Wonderful.
social media, they mess with you about the copyrights.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
You only can do
So,
a segment of it.
yes,
And
absolutely. So,
the
go
last
ahead.
song I'm going to give you, "It's a Wonderful World." You know, uh, we truly view the world as a beautiful place with beautiful people, and we just want to love everyone
Yes.
and want everyone to love each other also. So it's a wonderful world. We'll probably round that out.
Oh, that's perfect. So there you have it, Mothership listeners. We have the roast on Tweed Smith, got the goods, as told by her son, Kerry. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you. Do you have any closing thoughts?
No, not really. Well, let me say this. Yes, um, I want to say Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Like I said, enjoy the
Ashe.
interview, and I want everyone to just enjoy their mothers and love on their mothers, and just remember that that thing I said. Some of the most important things that we have in life, we only have one of them, and mothers is very important to us, and we only have one. So take care of her, love on her as much as possible.
Ashe. I co-sign. And with that said, this has been another 222.9 The Mothership Breaking News Special Report Mother's Day Roast Part 3. Beans.